Hello, my name is Mordred Viking, and I'd like to welcome you to this stream of Hearts of Iron 4, where we are playing as the Confederacy, as we are now in fact known. And we are invading China. Why are we invading China, though? Several people have asked. Well, because China is currently allied with the Soviet Union, and that is already quite dangerous just because of the sheer amount of manpower they can bring against us. But even more dangerous is the fact that India is going down the focus tree, which is going for independence. They've already done the All India Forward Bloc, and they are blocked from getting seek help from Germany because Germany is not fascist, which means they can only join the Comintern. And I'd really rather avoid a war against the Soviet Union, China, and India all united at the same time. So I'm trying to take out China early on while I can do so, and then we'll probably turn on to the Soviets. However, as it happens, my war against China has drawn some of the Soviet troops down here to the south, although we haven't actually fought very many of them yet. We have fought quite a lot of Chinese. It's allowed the German front to really push into the Soviet Union. They've already made it past the Urals, which is usually when I would say, okay, the Soviets seriously in trouble right now. But while that's going on, Poland and Latvia are of course in the German alliance, and Germany is being invaded by Denmark, and is looking in very, very serious danger, actually, indeed. So, I'm not really sure what's going to go on here. I have a feeling there is going to be a final showdown between the Confederacy and the Allies. The Allies being Britain, France, Denmark, Japan, and all of the British Empire. Oh, and the Dutch, and Belgium. No. Hold on. Who does the Netherlands belong to? Nobody. Because the Netherlands went fascist. They were invaded by Britain. Right, the Netherlands are actually... Okay, that's really bizarre. So the Netherlands is actually in the Imperia Romanum, which used to be Italy's alliance before Italy went monarchist and joined the Central Powers. So that's Romania, Bulgaria, and Iran. But the Dutch puppet, the East Indies, are in the Allies. Huh. Oh, they're a Japanese puppet. I wonder if the Dutch sold it. The Dutch sold it to Japan, even though Japan's not fascist. In exchange for Japan not declaring war on them, I guess. Oh, okay. That's an interesting one. I wasn't expecting that. Poland is swole, Latvia is swoller. Yeah, those two are going to gain a lot from this. But actually, in terms of damage done, the majority is from Britain. A bit of it's, well, a fair amount is from France, and a fair amount is from Japan. Although it should be noted that the Allies are not actually at war with the Soviets. So in fact we should be looking at who's done the most in this side. And the vast majority is done by Germany, though they are suffering for it. And then also Italy. I'm really hoping that some of these troops turn around and go and defend Germany. Because if Germany were to die now to this Danish invasion, just because they didn't defend their northern borders against Denmark when they invaded, it's gonna be unfortunate. Meanwhile, this is where the action truly is going on right now, as the invasion of China continues apace. We have got the mechanized and motorized forces punching through the center. We have our infantry on the flanks, and we're just trying to consolidate territory. We're taking out Yunnan. I want to take that out as soon as I can. It is only China and the Soviet Union who are major powers, so those are the only ones that we actually need to capitulate here. So this is the crazy kind of stuff you can get with the historical focuses off. Yes. Historical focuses, and I set all of the AI focuses to random. Like, you can set it to default, which is slightly less bizarre, but then you can also set it to random, where just anything goes. And that's what's going on here. Sorry, preview wasn't working, just needed to reset that. Okay. So, Canada is still trying to become friends with us, and we're like, no, I'm good. Sauerkraut Cow, thank you very much for the follow. Welcome to the channel. Right, the other thing we should be double checking is to make sure that we are building up the infrastructure as we push across China here. And I'd kind of like to build up some more air bases, I think. Hello, the air bases I just ordered. Oh, it's there. Oh, the infrastructure didn't get maxed out. Now it is. Okay, so apparently the shift click wasn't working. It is now. Hey, Nico. So I think right now we are pushing pretty much unopposed. We're doing a huge amount of damage to the Chinese. The Soviets are clearly having problems. Stevenson's wounded. That's not good. Which Stevenson? It's him. He's my backup already because I've already got one wounded officer. And I don't have the political power to replace him. This guy started as a 1-1-1-1-1. He's actually got quite a few upgrades. Has he got any actual upgrades yet? No. Although he's going to get organizer pretty soon. And infantry leader. And actually commando probably. So we will need to replace him as soon as we can. So we need another 15 political power before we can do that. Hey, Losman. And I just realised this army has not been named. And it really ought to be. So this is going to be CVD Veer. I'm just going to call you Veer. Nah, I'll call you CDV Veer. CDV. Oh, CVD. There we go. Can I still get the guy from the Asian intervention focus? Yeah, probably. We should do that. How long has this been going? 15 days. We can save up to 10. So we'd lose 5 political power. Fine. Let's go and grab intervention in Asia. Alexander Vandergift. Vandergrift, even. Often overshadowed by the developments in Europe, Asia has its own trouble spots, forcing us to prepare for an intervention. Oh, I have to cancel it first. Cancel. Intervention. Go. Alright, back over to China. Oh no, we've got the really fast moving map again. It's really weird and annoying. Nope, nope, damn it. It's such an annoying bug, because sometimes it happens. Like right now, it's fairly slow moving. But sometimes just like, boom, okay. Ultra speed, go. Getting quite a few nice overruns as well. There is the Hellcat, which was the fighter upgrade. Okay, good. We could start investing in heavy fighters, though I'm not sure I want to invest the industry in that just yet. We could get better radar. Not a huge issue right now. I think I'm going to get the improved rubber processing so that we can get the rubber production going. And we should also ensure that we are producing some of the carrier fighters. Oh, I was producing carrier... Oops, that's completely the wrong type of plane. Should be naval bombers and fighters, not carrier close air support. I'm going to have a whole bunch of those now, aren't I? And they're all going to be like the ancient rubbish ones. Yeah, we have 300. Whoops. That's kind of irritating. Never mind. The other thing is, I think I'm going to start training another set of Stuarts. Another 24, another whole army. Yes, we are low on gear for that, especially motorized, which we've just run out of. How are we doing in terms of light tanks? We still have 5,000 light tanks. So in that case, I think we can reduce you down to just one factory. And... we could do with more infantry equipment. We could do with less artillery. Actually, motorized were fine. Okay, so let's reduce the amount of artillery we're producing as well. And we can assign that to some other stuff, like the mechanized. Although I have a feeling that this is going to be a lot of mechanized too. Let's do something like this. Make one more. And... we're not doing strategic bombers. Yes, we are. They're up here. We still have another 6 factories. We can add those to the infantry equipment production. And now we do need to tweak these because we are very short on steel. That actually makes up for that deficit. Brazil is not exporting everything they're promising. House Committee supports the President. That's good. Let's buy from Siam. I think they're actually slightly more reliable. And from Japan. One more. Belgium. Alright, one more from the UK. And we have too much aluminium at this point. Well, that's okay, because then I can reduce the amount I'm buying from France. And there is a bunch of aluminium not making it through here. Let's buy one more from the Brits. Denmark is starting to generate some again.
Orders.
Oh, that's true. We do have generals here that don't necessarily need to be.
Orders.
Like Stilwell. And Greg, for that matter. Let's bring Stilwell in over here instead of... who was it that was wounded? Stevenson.
Listen up.
Because Stilwell is actually an infantry officer, so he's going to benefit from doing this. But I think we do need to just get some more commanders in, because we are very, very low.
Ready to move.
My forces seem pretty happy just to keep pushing. I would like to build up some more planning preparation, but I don't think we actually need to. Also, this order is going completely the wrong way.
Yes, sir.
Don't know exactly what you're trying to do there, but... oh, it's that issue. We don't actually do the thing that you're supposed to be doing. That should fix it, hopefully. Are there any other... yes, there are infrastructure projects that we need to undertake. Let's do that. And how does the air picture look? This is pretty central to both air zones, so I think we want to max that one out. That's going to be a major airbase. Do I have Marines yet? I think they are still in training. Yes, though. Wow, they're actually pretty close to being done. Oh, now it's showing as short and motorized. That's okay. How many mechanized do we have? Not quite enough, because, as I keep saying, I do want to switch out the motorized for the mechanized, because I believe that the mechanized and the motorized now move the same speed. So if we go to here, click on you, and then click on you. Maximum speed, 12 kilometers per hour. Maximum speed, 12 kilometers per hour. These guys give bonus to defense. They also have armor, which these do not. And also piercing. They use probably more fuel. Yeah, double the fuel. But I'm okay with that. We're America. We have tons of fuel. Plus we have the bonus to soft and hard attack from this, so... yeah, I'm pretty happy to start replacing unit types. And I would say that me and Pickett are ready for deployment. So let's go ahead and just say here, 1 unit for both. Deploy both of them, and then we're going to create a new unit and just have you train. And we do have enough political power to hire another general, which I think I do want to do. We'll see if they're any good. New commander. Rhodes, who is an infantry officer.
Move out.
Which you are as well. Patch is fine. Patch is a level 6 already.
Ready to move. Orders.
So we'll bring Patch in over here. Oh, sorry, Rhodes over here. In charge of the Panama troops. Is it on the bottom of the thing? Yes. No, I did move it up. Oh no, it is there. In fact, Jiangxi wants to be repaired. Okay, we just have a lot of stuff needing to be done. So let's do the repairs first because those are nice and quick. Then let's do the infrastructure because supply is forever an issue. And then let's do the air bases after that. And we are going to be doing more and more damage to the infrastructure of this area as we go. So it goes. The stuff back here should now be fairly safe. Damn it, stupid problem. Why does that keep happening? Okay, better. Ooh, in fact, some of the objectives have basically been reached. So let's go to the Reds and say, hey, job's done. Let's cancel both of those.
Attention.
I'm going to reduce what you have to cope with, and I'm going to increase what you have to do. Because all of this is really, really open ground. Which is where my tanks are going to be really effective. And also I am aware that this is going to be difficult to take down. So, no, we are going to say get you to about here. You to about here.
Yes, sir.
And the pinks, I want you to take up to this.
Ready to move.
And the reds, much the same, but I want you to take the coast. See if we can come in behind this. And as much as I'd love to give you planning preparation time, we need to get this. Well, actually, they've had a bit of time. You know what? Let's halt that attack. Let's halt that attack. I will let you guys get... Whoops, not you. You keep going. Oh, it is you. We'll let you get a little bit of planning preparation done. Because then we'll be absolutely blitzing through here. Okay. More factories. What do we need? More strategic bombers? More strategic bombers. Speaking of strategic bombing, we want to start bombing stuff. All of their industry seems to be in here. What is the range of my strategic bombers at this point? It's pretty far. It's pretty far. Let's have you start bombing that. And I want you specifically going after factories. So we can starve them of equipment. I mean, this really scary thing is that range of heavy bombers there, or the strategic bombers rather, that's without the plus 50% bonus that America can get. And that's also without having actually upgraded the strategic bombing range. Unfortunately, I couldn't get it, which is really irritating, because I have to be in a faction with somebody else to get that. So maybe once we've taken down the Soviet Union, I can puppet a tiny bit of the Soviet Union so I'm in a faction, and then I can get those bombers.
Ready to move. Ready, sir. Attention.
Oh, you're still attacking. That wasn't my intention. China's lost 2 million troops. I've lost 349,000. How's the Soviets doing? They're in trouble. They are definitely in trouble. But then again, Germany's still not looking particularly healthy, and neither is Italy. The Allies have woken up, and that's without America. That's a point. Have I built that other aircraft carrier yet? No, it's still under construction. So in fact what I'm going to do is I'm going to stick you at the top of that list so that you are guaranteed the equipment that you require. Because that's taking longer and longer. Although we are increasingly getting short on equipment, so one of the other things that we should be doing is more of these. Developing the production of the various states, so we can do it again. What am I really short on? What am I importing a lot of? Steel? Rubber, mostly. There's not much I can do about that. Then I would say it's probably steel. There are sources of aluminium still. Steel, however, is just gone. These guys. Continue. The USA importing steel means there's got to be very little steel left. Yeah, there always seems to be a rather critical shortage of steel in this game. I've noticed that more than once. Although at the moment the UK is stealing German steel, I think. So we're going to start stealing some of that steel too. In fact, let's start reducing some of you. Because we're actually getting almost nothing from those guys. Alright, let's buy in some more. And we could desperately do with some more rubber. Unfortunately, Malaya and the Dutch East Indies are close to us. Which is why we really needed to get more rubber autonomy. And then we can get more aluminium too. Unfortunately, all the factories that I'm giving these guys is making them even stronger for when I have to fight them. But, oh well. So it goes. And we are still researching improved rubber processing, so that is going to improve over time. Right, let's get the P-38 Lightnings. Or actually, should we get the battleship upgrade? I'm not clicking this stuff. Stop doing that. Or the better carrier. Or better destroyers. Let's get the destroyers just in case we do come across submarines. We can at least start building those. And also super fortress. Yeah, I'm already using the decisions for steel. Alright, you are fully prepared. You are bloody well close enough, so off you go. Show me what an American Blitzkrieg looks like. Remember, these are medium tank divisions with mechanized, with motorized support. Yunnan has surrendered. Got the A-20 Havoc, which was the close air support. Let's get the next one of those. Let's also upgrade the close air support. Now the thing is, with these fights, as soon as they start running, they're never going to be able to recover, because we're just going to be so much quicker than they are. I have no infantry here whatsoever. This is all mechanized. Like, look at this guy going. Just one after the other, after the other, after the other. Overruns. The United Kingdom announces the Balkan Diplomatic Initiative. The UK is not alone in seeing the threat rising in Central Europe. Really. And yeah, getting the top tier strategic bombers are expensive. They're very expensive. Though not actually as bad as upgrading from tier 3 to tier 4 destroyers. That's expensive. Unfortunately, it's BDI, Balkan Diplomatic Initiative, not BID. Otherwise, yes, it would be a bid for the Balkans. Also, we have got 500 air power, which means that we could upgrade one of our air support things. So we could try and get better attack on the close air support. We could get more range on the strategic bombers. I think we're going to do the close air support. Do that. A1. And let's get rid of the base version. And we also need to then start buying in even more materials. So we need more rubber. We need a lot more aluminium. Oh, hi, France. Intervention in Asia. So we just got the new general and also mountain infantry. Excellent. So is this new general any good? Thundergrift. He is a marine. So yes, actually. He's going to be very useful considering what's training here. And then let's go back to submarines. Actually, right now we are mobilizing, so mobilization speed would be quite nice. And that would also lead to the Women's Armed Service Integration Act, at which point we could probably go for total war. For the fights that are yet to come, the US Army is too small. To oversee the dramatic increase in size we will have to accomplish, we'll need to create a new organization. And we could get some more fightiness. Although it is now 1945, so we could get these. I want to get the logistics company. Let's really reduce our supply usage, considering the massive stacks that we have. In fact, how's the repair situation? Don't care about defenses. Yeah, we've got a lot of stuff to build now. Let's make sure the repairs remain the top job. the outskirts of Nanjing. How is China looking? They're about halfway. Soviet Union seem to be holding a little bit better. Germany and Italy are in trouble, and Austria-Hungary is now under threat. So the Allies are pushing into Central Europe really quite strongly. Poland is the one that's just like, we will hold!